Hey guys, this is Exo Steel from Pokemon Showdown, trying to teach you guys on how to make a proper tournament in Tournaments Room using the challenge way. Like basically you go to challenge.com and make a tournament like that way. And it's pretty dang easy. I mean, like at first it may be a little bit more difficult for new users, but once you keep on making tournaments, hosting, it tends to pretty much be like second nature. So let's get started. Well, first you're gonna have to make a new tab, and for the new tab we're gonna have to go to the main website called challenge.com, which is pretty much easy. Since I'm already logged in, I could just click the new tournament button, but in order to have a challenge tournament or host a challenge tournament, you're gonna have to have a challenge account, of course. So in order to have a challenge account, you're gonna have to sign up, and it's pretty much really basic steps. I mean, like what it takes about like a minute maximum, and it's pretty easy. So once you have your challenge account logged in, you're gonna have to go to the new tournaments button, and you click that, and now we're gonna name our tournament. I'm thinking about doing, let's say, 16-man random battles tournament. Since already you might want to name your tournament, to give an actual description of your tournament, because you don't want people signing up not knowing what kind of tournament it is. So the next part of this part is the URL. The URL could pretty much be whatever you want. I mean, some people tend to try to customize their own type of thing. I mean, me, I just generally like to make my own URL because it basically gives you anyone that's available. But next is the type of tournament. Since I said I'm doing 16-man random battles tournament, I have to make a certain type of format of the tournament, and it's going to be either single elimination, which is basically you lose, you're out of the whole tournament. Double elimination, if you lose the first time, you get sent to a losers bracket with a whole bunch of other participants that lost one time, and if you lose again, you're out. Round robin is pretty much all the participants in the tournament, right, are going to verse each other at least one time, and whoever has the most wins wins the tournament. Now Swiss, I don't really mess with Swiss because a lot of people don't use that type of format, so we're not going to use it. So since we're doing single elimination, I click single elimination. Next, you could include a match for third place, but most people don't, to try to get the tournament quicker and done. Next is the signups. Now, I mean, signups, they're pretty you have to like click host a sign up page. Now, to host a sign up page is basically people who are interested in joining your tournament sign up manually by themselves. So you might want to click the little circle. I wouldn't touch the teams who will be participating in this tournament button or provide a list of participants. You want to click host a sign up page and check out the box, make your sign up page publicity visible so people can see your tournament and sign up for it. Now, since we're doing a 16-man random battle tournament, we're going to specify a maximum number of participants, which is 16, and you might want to do like a number that constantly divides into an even number, eventually leading to 2 and 1 winner, which is like, for example, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, and that's probably the maximum you're probably going to go to. Since we're playing the game, Pokemon Showdown, I put that in the description of the tournament. I mean, random battle tournaments, it's like kind of like so obvious, like you know what it is. But since I want to give out the full package of this tutorial, we're going to give a little description. So we're putting single elimination random battle tournament, 16-man, in parentheses. Now for the next part, I mean, like you could add no cheating or no scouting to the tournament, but it's like kind of given to no cheating. But you just want to make sure that we don't play, and make sure you want to get out how do you say, you want to get the word out there that this is, if you cheat, you're probably going to get DQ'd, and it's like a serious tournament. Also, scouting is pretty much, you can't really do it in random battle tournaments. So Because scouting is basically when you look at somebody's battles that can potentially be your opponent in the tournament, and you could pretty much make a counter team or strategize against that person in order to form like a better strategy. And it's kind of unfair, but in random battle tournaments you can't scout because you're getting assigned random Pokemon and they generate constantly different on each opponent you verse. So basically scouting is only possible to even see in tournaments that require for you to make your own team builder teams. So after that, we're just gonna put scouting, just put it out there. Next is advanced options. You don't really have to mess with this, but if you want to make your tournament a little bit more professional, easier, faster, I would actually do this. Now, the first tab is bracket. Under bracket, I would not check out the box hide the scene numbers, because it's basically you're not showing on how each participant is seated, and sometimes people complain that, oh, I always match up for this person on purpose. It was like pretty much I was set up, but that's why I would not check it, because you don't want that to happen. The next thing you should check is quick advance. I mean, like, you should only report winners, not scores. It's not like, oh, I won by 5 Pokemon left. And so yeah, you might want to check that, so it can only report names of who won. The next is you want to go to tab permissions, and permissions is basically you might want to leave the box checked, allow participants with challenge cards to report their own scores. Next is if you want to check share admin access of this tournament. If you have a trustworthy person, or ask any of the staff members and they are available to continue host your tournament or assist you, you should, because this basically gives access to any other person that you name, basically admin access to the tournament. Which basically, let's say if you have to go somewhere or you have to leave Showdown, you wouldn't have to worry, because the person that you gave access to could pretty much modify and continue the tournament. Notifications, I wouldn't mess with that. Extensions, you don't have to mess with that unless you want people for voting. It's kind of like predictions and stuff. And enable bracket predictions is basically like who's gonna win the tournament, who's gonna win like every round and stuff like that. So after that, you're done with all that stuff. You want to click save the tournament. Now, once you get to this page, don't be confused. All you gotta do is go to a registration page, copy the URL, copy and paste. Oh, well, copy for now. And now the next part is a little bit more tricky. Not that tricky. I mean, like, this is pretty much mandatory for every tournament that's gonna be hosted in Tournaments Room. So basically, what you gotta do, you have to PM any driver, moderator, or room owner and up to have approval for the tournament. Before it used to be voices, but now it's drivers, moderators, and room owners that can approve tournaments. I mean, myself, I'm a driver, so I can approve tournaments. So it's pretty much, easy for me. I mean, not easy. It's like I have to. That's one of my jobs I have to do. For example, for example, we're not gonna PM a driver let's say, for example, you drivers are AFK, which is you should start from asking for approval. Let's say they're all AFK. You wanna have to PM someone who's a higher rank just by one, which is, for example, in Novamania, which is a monitor rank. And we're gonna ask them for approval for our tournament. Now, asking for approval is pretty much simple. You should basically give the ranked user pretty much a description of your tournament to make sure they know what kind of tournament it is, how big is it. Give them the sign up link to make sure it's all legit and everything, so they can just say approved and get ready to go. So, in Novamania approved our tournament. So now we could get to advertising our tournament. Now, advertising the tournament is pretty easy. I mean, we already got the good to go. We already got approval. We already got the link ready. So all we really need to do next is actually advertise our tournament. Now, advertising our tournament is pretty easy. If you want to get your tournament really big and out there, like, have it in big bold letters, bolding is like a way to grasp people's attention. Now to bold, you have to hold the shift 8 key, and you have to make sure you have those 2 little stars. After that, you don't do a space, you just start typing your advertisement. So typing our advertisement, let's start with, for example, something simple. Sign up for XO Stevo's 16-man random tournament, random battle tournament. And then after that, you wanna close the sentence with the 2 star thingies again, and then you do a space. After that, you gonna have to put the link. Now the reason why you want to put the link is because you want people to actually have a way to sign up for the tournament. So after that, we're gonna have to post approval for a tournament, and we're gonna put approved by Innovamania, and we're gonna put in parentheses, which is not mandatory, but I don't know, I tend to do it for some reason. So I mean, we're pretty much all done right now. It's pretty much really simple. I mean, creating a tournament at first seems a little bit difficult, but if the more times you host, the more times you get success for your tournament, it comes really easy, and like it's pretty natural to everybody that if you start creating a lot of tournaments, you could start making tournaments in under a minute and become a professional tournament maker. And creating tournaments is like basically allowing people to have fun and everything. So, well, that's pretty much the tutorial for this time. I'm XO Steve, and I'm out.